Remember, the men who've come into the house still don't know they're being videotaped. This next man says he's here to sell a house. He's 65-year-old Charles Harding, screen named Hard Chuck 1, here to meet this 13-year-old boy. Again, the decoy used an old photo given to him by Dateline. Based on his reaction,
"Hey, how are you? Okay.
I'm about the last person he's expecting to see.
What you up to today?"
Nothing. Call. You talk with a gentleman. I have a place that I have for sale.
Oh, you're selling a house.
I see. He was interested.
Well, here's what doesn't make sense about that. How is a 13-year-old going to afford to buy your home?
Well, I didn't know how old he was. I didn't stop to ask his age.
Well, Chuck, the only problem with that story is that I have the transcripts of your conversation with Luke. What are you looking for? I could be your grandpa. Into young boys your age, love to cuddle with them, caress their body, work my... And it goes on from there.
Finally, he decides to tell the truth. And he actually admits that he might have had sex with the boy.
But if he would have consented to having sex, what would have happened?
I'd be very hesitant at first. If he continued, then possibly we would have had it.
Possibly you would have had sex with a 13-year-old boy.
If, I felt uncomfortable and I felt that he was, not fit or anything, I would have walked away.
Not fit? How can a 13-year-old boy be fit to have sex with a 65-year-old man? Don't you see an issue there?
Well, I see nothing wrong with cuddling and caressing.
Then he talks about a book he reads that fills him with fantasies.
It deals with younger, older, father, son.
Father, son?
Yes.
You're talking about fathers having sex with their sons, grandfathers having sex with their grandsons.
Doctors with their patients, with the young patients, employees with their young patients.
You talk about this like it's some sort of hobby, building train sets. That's not what we're talking about here.
It's a book that I read and I fantasize.
There's much more to this man's story, as the police are about to find out.
We're doing a story on computer predators.
Don't show my face.
But first, we're about to do what we've done during each of our Dateline stings. Tell these men their stories are going to be exposed on national television.
Are you guys going to put me on the camera?
Those cameras are rolling right now, yes.
Coming up, a man who watched one of our first investigations on TV. But think that stopped him?
You saw our earlier story.
Right.
You drove by this house and saw police out front.
Yeah.
Yet you walked in here anyway.
Unlike previous investigations in which nearly every potential sex predator who came to our house sat down for an interview, this time around, a lot of men appear to get spooked.
Hey, what the hell? Why don't you have a seat here, sir?
Take this man. First, Dell, the decoy from Perverted Justice, pretending to be a 13-year-old boy, coaxes him into the house.
Well, come here.
Did you want to be the cop or the robber?
Oh, I don't care.
But as soon as I walk out,
How you doing? Wait, whoa, come here. Sir?
He's running.
he makes a run for it. So does this man.
Good morning.
Hey.
How are you? Please have a seat.
Go.
No.
Some potential sex predators are spooked even before I have a chance to confront them.
Where are you?
I gotta finish brushing my teeth, okay? Just hang out down for a second.
None of these men has any idea they were just recorded on hidden cameras by Dateline, but the rest of them are about to find out. First, the teacher, who wanted to get naked and have sex with a 12-year-old.
There's one thing you got to know first, is that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators.
The actor, who made plans online for sex in the shower with someone he thought was 13.
So you've been in movies, you've been on television. Well, you're about to get another role because I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators.
You made a mistake, a huge mistake.
The songwriter, who told a decoy posing as a 13-year-old virgin that they should try oral sex first.
There's nothing I can do to make you stay here, but if there's anything else you'd like to say, we'd like to hear it.
I'm sorry.
And remember those two men who admitted they watched Dateline?
Have you ever seen our stories on computer predators?
Yes.
This is one of them. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say for yourself,
No, that's it.
then obviously you're free to leave.
Thank you.
One of them, South Bay Guy 310, not only saw Dateline's earlier investigation, he was also caught online before by perverted justice. And unbelievably, he drove by our house while detectives were still arresting another man. And he came in anyway.
You ever watch Dateline NBC?
I seen that episode actually, and that's why I don't prefer to be on camera.
Well, I'm Chris Hansen. You saw the earlier episode.
Yes, I did.
So let me get this straight. You saw our earlier story.
Right.
You drove by this house and saw police out front.
Yeah.
Yet you walked in here anyway.
Bored, like I told you.
Bored?
Yes. Because
Whatever you'd like to say, we'd love to hear it. But obviously we can't keep it here, and you're free to go whenever you want. Absolutely.
Well, what I'm going to tell you is that I'm never going to do this again on everything I love in life. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get rid of my computer.
But you came here.
I understand that.
You
but
walked
it's
in the
wrong.
door, you talked to the girl.
I didn't. Okay. I don't know what would happen.
But you gotta want something to risk coming in here after seeing police out front.
Well, I just thought she might have been sure about something next door. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's. Honestly, I don't know. Now, when I walk out here, am I going to be arrested?
That's not up to me.
Not me, but the Riverside County Sheriff's Department here in Southern California.
Can I ask you what's going to happen to me?
Well, you're under arrest.
Remember, Perverted Justice has been sending its information directly to the sheriff's detectives who've been camped outside the Sting House for the past 3 days.
Relax. Just relax.
They've been arresting men in record numbers
Anything sharp in your pockets?
No, sir.
and charging them with attempting to molest a child, a felony. The number of men is so high, it surprises everyone, even the lead investigator.
I did not expect this many people, this many suspects arriving at the house.
And the deputy district attorney, Michelle Paradise.
I was surprised at how many actually came in just that period of time. It was alarming. What is happening down the street? What is happening around the corner? What is happening within our county?
Keys to your car?
Sir, please, please. Oh, God.
In 3 days, 51 men chatted online with a decoy posing as a 12 or 13-year-old, spoke on the phone, got in some type of vehicle, and drove to our house. And out of the 51, all but one were arrested. Some went easily. Others at first made a dash for it.
This way. Hands up. Keep walking.
One way or the other, they all ended up here at a temporary booking station set up in this parking lot. Soon, you'll find out what the detectives discovered in the men's personal belongings and what these suspects had to say once they were under arrest.
I should call my mother and let her know that I got home safely.
Coming up in our second hour, from the crackdown to a breakdown, one of the men arrested has tears for himself. And what happened to the Homeland Security officer who got cuffed?
I work for the Department of Homeland Security, okay? I was not going to do anything with her.
Every cop in this country, you put a bad mark on.
I know, sir.
Also, a surprise for everyone as we learn there's a criminal in our kitchen.
I'll shove that camera down his throat.
To Catch a Predator 3 will continue in a moment.